Does guardianship override parental rights in New Jersey? Guardianship is a legal avenue established to provide care and stability to a child when the biological parents are unable or unfit to do so. The court oversees guardianship cases, ensuring that the child's welfare is safeguarded. In some cases, guardianship may lead to the termination of parental rights if it is deemed necessary for the child's safety and well-being. What are parental rights in New Jersey? Parental rights in New Jersey are a foundational aspect of family law, outlining the legal privileges and responsibilities that parents hold regarding their children. Definition of parental rights in New Jersey: decision-making authority. This includes decisions regarding the child's education, health care, religious upbringing, and general welfare. Physical custody and care. This means that parents have the right to provide a home for their child, ensure their daily needs are met, and have the child live with them. Emotional and psychological well-being. This includes offering love, support, and guidance to help the child develop into a healthy and well-adjusted individual. Financial support. This typically involves child support payments to cover expenses related to the child's food, clothing, housing, education, and health care. Visitation and access rights. Even in cases of divorce or separation, parents usually retain visitation or access rights to spend time with their children. Legal recognition. Parental rights are legally recognized and protected in New Jersey, giving parents the ability to enforce these rights through family court proceedings if necessary. Presumption of best interests. New Jersey courts generally operate under the presumption that it is in the best interests of a child to have a relationship with both parents, and they strive to uphold and protect parental rights accordingly. Appeal rights. If a parent disagrees with a family court decision that affects their parental rights, they have the right to appeal the decision to a higher court. Termination of parental rights in specific cases: voluntary relinquishment. This can occur when a parent believes that they are unable to provide adequate care and support for the child and makes the decision to terminate their rights willingly. Such cases often involve adoption, where the child is placed with new legal guardians or adoptive parents. Abandonment. Parental rights may be terminated if a parent has abandoned the child, meaning they have failed to maintain contact, support, or provide care for an extended period without a reasonable explanation or justification. Abuse or neglect. When a child is subjected to physical, emotional, or sexual abuse or severe neglect by a parent, the state may intervene to protect the child's safety and well-being. Substance abuse. If a parent's substance abuse issues significantly impair their ability to provide a safe and stable environment for their child, courts may consider terminating parental rights. Mental health issues. In cases where a parent's severe and untreated mental health problems pose a risk to the child's well-being, a court may consider terminating parental rights. Criminal convictions. Certain criminal convictions, especially those related to child abuse, endangerment, or sexual offenses, may result in the termination of parental rights. Failure to address concerns. If a parent has been given opportunities to address issues that pose a risk to the child, such as substance abuse or neglect, and has not made sufficient progress or changes, parental rights may be terminated. Death of a parent. In the event of a parent's death, the surviving parent's rights are usually unaffected. However, in some cases, if it is determined that the surviving parent is unfit or poses a risk to the child, the court may consider terminating their parental rights. It's important to note that the termination of parental rights is a legal process that typically involves a court hearing, evidence, and legal representation for both the parent and the child. Guardianship in New Jersey. Guardianship, under New Jersey law, is a legal arrangement that grants an individual or entity the responsibility and authority to make decisions on behalf of a child when the child's parents are unable or unfit to do so. Types of guardianships in New Jersey. Guardianship of an incapacitated adult. This type of guardianship is established when an adult is deemed legally incapacitated due to physical or mental impairments that prevent them from making informed decisions about their personal or financial affairs. Guardianship of a minor. This type of guardianship is often sought by relatives or close family friends who are willing and able to provide a stable and supportive environment for the child. Limited guardianship. This type of guardianship is often used when an individual can make certain decisions but needs assistance or protection in other areas. For example, a limited guardian may have authority over healthcare decisions but not financial matters. Temporary guardianship. Temporary guardianship may be established in emergencies when there is an immediate need to protect the interests and well-being of an individual. Temporary guardianship is subject to court approval and may be revoked once the immediate crisis has been resolved. Guardianship versus parental rights. Legal basis. Parental rights. Parental rights are inherent and automatic for biological or adoptive parents. Guardianship. Guardianship is a legal status established by a court. Authority and decision-making. Parental rights. Parents have the primary authority and decision-making power over their child's life, including matters related to education, healthcare, religion, and general welfare. Guardianship. Guardians have decision-making authority only to the extent specified by the court order that appoints them as guardians. Permanence. Parental rights. Parental rights are generally considered permanent and enduring throughout the child's life, unless terminated by the court in specific circumstances. Guardianship. Guardianship can be temporary or permanent, depending on the circumstances. It may be established to address a short-term crisis or provide long-term care for a child when parental fitness is in question. Court oversight. Parental rights. While courts may intervene in cases of abuse, neglect, or custody disputes, parental rights are typically not subject to ongoing court oversight. Guardianship. Guardianships are subject to court oversight to ensure that the appointed guardian is fulfilling their duties and acting in the child's best interests. Biological parental rights. Parental rights. Biological parents retain their parental rights unless a court determines that it is in the child's best interests to terminate those rights due to abuse, neglect, or other compelling reasons. Guardianship. Guardianship does not automatically terminate parental rights. However, in some cases, if a court determines that it is in the child's best interests, parental rights may be terminated, and the guardian may become the permanent caregiver. How guardianship can impact parental rights. Temporary transfer of decision-making authority. When a guardian is appointed for a child in New Jersey, the court typically issues a court order that explicitly outlines the scope of the guardian's decision-making authority. Suspension of parental rights in specific areas. For example, if a guardian is appointed to make healthcare decisions for a child, the biological parents may not have the authority to make medical decisions during the guardianship period. Preservation of parental rights in other areas. While guardianship may impact parental rights in the areas specified by the court order, it does not necessarily terminate all parental rights. In many cases, biological parents retain parental rights in areas not covered by the guardian's authority. For instance, if a guardian is appointed to address a child's healthcare needs, the biological parents may still have the right to make educational decisions. Termination of parental rights. In some circumstances, guardianship may ultimately lead to the termination of parental rights if it is determined to be in the child's best interests. Court oversight and monitoring. In guardianship cases, the court maintains oversight to ensure that the guardian is acting in the child's best interests and that parental rights are not unjustly infringed upon. Reunification efforts. In cases where guardianship is temporary and parental fitness can be improved, the court may order reunification efforts, such as counseling or rehabilitation programs, to help parents regain their parental rights. Preserving the best interests of the child. If maintaining the child's relationship with their biological or adoptive parents is deemed essential to their well-being, the court may take steps to preserve those relationships. How a skilled guardianship attorney in New Jersey can help in cases where guardianship is being considered. A guardianship attorney can assess the eligibility of the caregiver and provide advice on whether pursuing guardianship is in the best interests of the child, taking into account the legal requirements for establishing guardianship. Get compassionate guardianship assistance from the Matus Law Group today. Whether you are an aspiring guardian seeking guidance on how to establish guardianship or an existing guardian facing complex legal issues, our experienced team has the knowledge and dedication to protect the best interests of the child. Contact us today at 732-281-0060 for a consultation, or visit us at 81 East Water Street, No. 2C, Toms River, New Jersey, 08753, United States, and let us provide you with the legal representation and support you need.